with how did it feel to be back out there?
Yeah, it felt great. Obviously, it was a pretty, not super long, but it was a long rehab. And I was itching to get back out there with this team after winning a championship, and yeah, it was a good beginning, good first game back.
Can you explain the process of the last few weeks of getting back to this point and when you knew you were ready?
Yeah, honestly, I started to feel pretty good, I would say almost a month ago, I would say the whole rehab I was ahead of it all the time. I was itching to do more, start more, sprints, this, contact, one-on-one. So I was always like asking the medical staff to do more. But yeah, I was still smart, and we completed all the stages to get to this point. And I told them, once I'm, if you guys give me the green light and I can start playing, there's, I want to do it as soon as possible. So yeah, that was it. And got here maybe even a month early, and it's good to be back out there.
Kristaps, as you were watching over the past few weeks, what did you see in terms of stuff you could do to help this group go up even another level from what it's been? And how did it feel once you got out there in terms of your wind and your rhythm and getting into the flow of things?
Honestly, I felt better than I expected. Obviously the first wind is pretty crazy, lungs burning, legs burning, everything. But after that, it was decent, and just the normal, like even on the couple of lobs, like JB threw me the lob, Peyton threw me the lob, like both of them, I had like flat tire like crazy, like didn't get up at all. But yeah, it was good to be back out there. And what was the other part you said?
What did you see in terms of watching the team? Obviously, they've been off to a great start. But where did you see areas where you could maybe?
Yeah, no, of course, the obvious. Like obviously when we play with say Nimi, he's more in the dunker, So obviously when I'm out there, I can create more space. This is like the obvious stuff, and yeah. But overall, just my shooting ability to create more space, rim protection. I wanted to bring that, and make sure we're like at a good level there, and honestly, just play my game. These guys were like looking for me early, trying to get me going, as they always are, and yeah, just grateful to be back out there.
Kristaps, you just mentioned it. Like, they looked to you very early in the game. They got you a bunch of shots at the start. These guys have been playing really well before you got back. How natural did it feel to be back on the court with these guys? Obviously, you played with them all year, but they have been playing, at a high level before you got back. How easy was it to sort of transition for you and the rest of the guys?
Yeah, no, honestly, for me at least, it felt like nothing. Like just boom, I'm back in the lineup, and I think it was already a pretty smooth transition last season when I started playing for the first time, and then once we found a little bit of rhythm, like figure out each other's games and stuff, it's been very natural. Even with me, let's say not playing back to backs, guys know my game now, and even me like being out now for a little bit, beginning of the season, it was very natural for me to be back out in the starting lineup, and yeah, that's it pretty much.
Did you have any conversations with any of the guys on the team, sort of like how you guys would play or anything leading into today? Not
really. We don't over communicate these things. We just go out there and play. Honestly, we have, in my opinion, like the best coaching staff, and they give us like freedom to play the way to our strengths, and yeah, we just go out there and hoop.
Just wanted to ask you about the Jalen alley-oop. At what point did you realize that was going to be open there in that play? And then you said you got a flat tire there.
100%.
Were you kind of like chuckling at yourself? Like, what's going through your head after you rise and throw that one down?
The Jalen one, I saw it like from a mile away. I was like, okay, boom, he's going to throw it for sure. I pointed a little bit to give him the confidence, like it's there. And then as he threw it, like that one was not as flat as the Peyton one. The Peyton one was crazy. Like I don't even know how I got it over the rim. And that one, as I was running back, I was like, phew, like shaking my head and stuff. But it's like part of the process, no? Like especially first game back, a little bit like timing on the jump, catching a flat tire maybe here and there and stuff. it's normal.
Kristaps, what kind of test? I mean, Zubac's a big physical guy.
Yeah.
Was that a good test for you in your first game? A dude is going to pound you and kind of give you maybe the workout you needed?
Yeah. No, definitely a big physical dude, no. We knew that they were going to go to his post-ups. But what I was like saying to myself and to Nimi, like, we have to like work early with him, no? Like, don't let him get the ball as easy. Don't make him like feel comfortable from the beginning. He was very efficient, so we can for sure do a better job. And but yeah, that was a good matchup for first game back. Obviously, I didn't shoot the ball well. Like, that kind of a matchup is, for me, it's like, man, these guys we play one pick and roll and I'm wide open to shoot a three. I just didn't knock it down tonight, but those kind of games are a lot of times the points come very easy to me. So from that perspective, there was like, I can definitely improve. But especially second half, I feel like I turned up the physicality with him even more, making work even more, and we were having more success.
When you think back to like Game 5, what was kind of the mental framework required over the previous time? Like, it's an unusual situation. You know, you're going to play in this game and then be out for like months.
Yeah.
What kind of mental framework did that require, and just what was that general process like for you?
Yeah, good question. Honestly, I don't know. It's like, I don't even think about it too much. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I don't like overthink that stuff. Like, if the medical staff I can say I can play, I'll play. Like, I don't know. I almost like, I always almost try to be as much as I can be in that moment, and then once that moment passes, like, okay, what's the next step? And then I'm like, okay, I gotta get a surgery, fix the leg, da 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 da. But right there, especially, like, we had to be so locked in, so focused on the goal that nothing else really matters. So for me, it was also pretty easy to like turn off all the, future events that were going to happen.
Yeah, I want to go back too, because the way the injury was communicated to us, it was a very rare thing. How much have you learned about your ankle in this time,
Yeah.
and how intense was the rehab? What did you have to do to get back?
Yeah, honestly, I would say like it was one of the easiest rehabs for me. The only thing was that I had to stay off the ankle for, was it 4 or 6 weeks? So it was tough, It's just on one leg with the scooter, like can't get up a stairs, like it was, So it was a little bit difficult from that perspective. But once that moment passed and I was able to walk, it was honestly felt pretty natural. Just when I was playing that Game 5, that's when like it didn't feel natural. Like you could feel something is off. But once Dr. O'Malley fixed it, honestly, it felt supernatural and just needed time to heal and get stronger. And I would say it was one of my easiest like rehabs.
It seems like you sound like you've been feeling ready for a while now. Coming out, how do you feel physically after this game, and then going forward now? Whether it's minutes limits, like back-to-backs, like what are the expectations there going forward? Are you kind of free right now, or is it kind of still a day-by-day thing?
Yeah, I think it's pretty open. Not any crazy limitations even tonight. And yeah, it was good that we had like a pretty good lead, and obviously that Joe didn't play me more than the like minutes allowed that we had. Yeah, what was the second part?
Like back-to-backs, things like that.
Yeah, probably same. Same like schedule that we had last season, no? So we'll see, but overall feeling pretty good, and I don't think there will be many like limitations. Thank you. Well, thank you.